are not going to New Orleans and beating the Saints. That's going to be ugly. And Cleveland at Pittsburgh has the potential to be a tire fire. Pittsburgh's going to roll. First of all, the Steelers played their backups. Their backups against the best Cleveland Browns roster in at least 15 years, maybe 30. And it was close. I mean, Pittsburgh's offense yesterday, as far as I could tell, was a backup quarterback mostly throwing jump balls up the sideline. And it was close. You know, there's 3 tiers. When you go to a wedding, there's 3 tiers of guests. There's the bridal party, family bridal party, front table. That's why we're all there. Then the second group of people, they're around there, 6 or 7 tables. That's extended family. These are close people. You vacation with them. You babysitting kids, and that's it. And then there's the third tier of guests, which is, the obligatory invitees. The playoffs are similar, and the Bears and the Cleveland Browns feel like, the obligatory invitees. You've gone to the wedding, been at the back table. Yeah, I ran into Doug at a golf tournament a couple years ago. I felt like, honey, I had to invite him to the wedding. Yeah, I saw Cheryl actually in Cancun. We bumped into each other, and we got along. She bought me a daiquiri. I thought I had to invite her to the wedding. That's the Browns and the Bears. First of all, the Bears had a 6-game losing streak. Unless you're the Jags and Jets, that's hard to do. The Bears had a 6-game losing streak near the middle of the season. Utter chaos they're in. And the Browns had a negative point differential. Again, not easy to do and make the playoffs. I mean, Pittsburgh sat 4 of their 6 starters, 4 of their 6 best players, backup quarterback, on the road, and they almost won. 2-point conversion could have changed everything. So I kind of feel like this morning, in Cleveland at the end of the year kind of sputtered. They lost to the Jets, could have lost to the Steelers. Yesterday, the Bears were unveiled. Mitch Trubisky, low ceiling, kind of fool's gold. Now, I know a lot of you will say, well, what about Washington? What about Washington? Well, what about Washington? Washington's got an excuse. They had a coach fighting cancer, draft pick quarterback busting. They had a new staff. They had no preseason, and they started 1-5. But since then, they've been 6-4. They have a Super Bowl coach. They have the best defensive front in the NFL. And I wouldn't want to play Washington with Alex Smith. I wouldn't want to play Washington. I'd like to play Chicago, and I'd like to play Cleveland. So I kind of feel like the Bears and the Browns are at those couple back tables at a wedding. And you know how you go to, if you're ever at a wedding and you're one of those back tables, you're sitting around a bunch of people like you are surprised they actually got invited to the wedding. Yeah, I can't believe it. I got it in the mail. I was like, I haven't seen Doug in 4 years. I can't believe they invited me to the wedding. That's the Bears. That's the Browns. Congratulations. Been 18 years for Cleveland, but it's this fire will be doused rather quickly. All right, coming up next, there's a reason Tom Brady is rolling, and it's not because he's playing Detroit and Atlanta. A lot of people, including Patrick Mahomes a couple of weeks ago, played Atlanta and didn't look very good. Tom Brady, 43 years young. Colin right, Colin wrong, top of next hour. The story on Tua, what are the Dolphins to do? All coming up next. Ever wonder how far an extra mile really goes? Well, Mercedes-Benz vans, buy one and find out. They've got more than one. There's the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. There's the durable Mercedes-Benz Metris van. These are beautiful. They have blind spot assist, MBUX voice command technology, helps you with weather and directions and more. Right now, what would be better than having or winning one of your own? The Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. You could win it. Go to foxsportsradio.com until January 24th. There's a contest, the ultimate tailgate rig sweepstakes. January 24th. You can win that van, that Sprinter van. 6 TVs, swivel chairs, 2 wood pellet grills, and awning to cover you if it's a little wet during the tailgate or a little too hot. These are beautiful vans. Mercedes-Benz van, some equipment described as optional. Get all the information and details at foxsportsradio.com. Peterson, coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Twitter had a meltdown last night. I didn't love what he did. But, there's an old saying with your kids, you can always tell when they're lying because they won't stop talking. Did somebody take the cookie? Yeah, my son would be like 5 years old. He'd give me like a 2-minute answer. No would have sufficed. When you start rambling on about stuff, you'd think as an adult you'd learn how to figure out how to fib. But Doug Peterson last night, when he pulled Jalen Hurts against the best defensive front arguably in football, and Jalen Hurts didn't have a big statistical night, but he was a gamer, had a couple of nice drives, and they pull him for a third-string guy. Here's what Doug Peterson said.
Yes, I was coaching to win. Yes, that was my decision solely. Nate has obviously been here for 4 years, and I felt that he deserved an opportunity to get some snaps.
Well, timeout. Giving a third-string guy some snaps because he earned them and coaching to win is two different things. I mean, if that's coaching to win, then Belichick, in the middle of his dynasty, should have been subbing Tom Brady all the time. Give that third-string guy some Ryan Mallett some snaps. If you're coaching to win, you don't pull your best quarterback out of the game, and he's the best available quarterback. Got caught in little fibs, like my son stealing the cookie. 2-minute answer, wrong. He stole the cookie. You can't. Jalen Hurts, first of all, it was a bad night for Doug Peterson. You knew going into this game, points were going to be at a premium. You have a good defense, and so do they. Alex Smith struggled against your defense. Jalen Hurts was a gamer, but kind of struggling. He gets you into field goal position to tie the game. He's a rookie with a handful of starts. Best defensive front in football. Kick the field goal. Going into that game, points were a premium. You can't ask Jalen Hurts to finish all his drives in the end zone. He did his job. He got you in scoring position. Kick the damn field goal. The rookie quarterback with 5 starts did as much as you could ask a rookie quarterback to do against Washington and Ron Rivera's defense. He got you in a position to tie the game. And Washington's got better defensive personnel right now than Philadelphia's got offensive personnel this morning, and he got you in scoring position, and you butchered it. Second of all, while we were tanking to get a better draft pick. What? You went from 9th to 6th. You're not drafting a quarterback. If you were doing that to get Trevor Lawrence, I'd get it, even Justin Fields. You're not going to draft a quarterback. So you're going to go from getting the best corner to getting the best defensive lineman. You need both. That's not an excuse. Forget the integrity of the game, which you whizzed on. But just think about this. Doug Peterson, according to reports this morning, Carson Wentz wants out. So you butchered the Carson Wentz relationship. And this is how you nurture the Jalen Hurts relationship? I'll get back. I'm not going to be a moralist here on the integrity of the NFL. The NFL moves the game to Sunday night. You're the only game. You're billionaire owner. You're the only game that we always overreact to everything that happens on Sunday and Monday. Good or bad, we overreact. You got to know the temperature of the room, Doug. But don't give me this. We were coaching to win, and I went to Nate Sudfeld. Those don't work. They don't converge. If you're coaching to win, you keep Jalen Hurts in. You stole the game from Jalen Hurts. This would have been a signature win going into the offseason. That Jalen Hurts knocked the Washington football team and the best defense in the division and a Super Bowl winning coach out of the playoffs. That is a great offseason. And you're not a great team. Sometimes an average college football team wins a bowl game. But boy, it makes the offseason training and recruiting better when you win that Sun Bowl, you win that Holiday Bowl. It's not beating Bama. It's not beating Clemson or Ohio State. But it's winning a bowl game. And that would have been a great win for Jalen Hurts. A tremendous win over the best defensive front.